Okay. Now we're starting on my other books, the one I dropped. The Egyptian Book of the Dead, written long before the Old Testament. Got this, haven't read it yet. Got it at the library book sale. Then there's the Apocrypha. These are books which were, as I understand it, they were part of the Greek translation of the Bible, the Septuagint. But they're in the Catholic Bible maybe, and not in the Protestant, or the other way around. I'm not sure, but there are more Bible books that aren't in modern books today. And we have the Gnostic Gospels, the books found at Nag Hammadi and Qumran, the Dead Sea Scrolls, and they reveal a lot more detail about Palestine in the 1st century AD. Then there's the Jefferson Bible. Thomas Jefferson took all the words of Jesus, all the red letters in the Bible, and put them into one book, and this is his Bible. If you really want to follow the words of Jesus and not all the people that were associated with him or wanted to make his message into something different, then this is a good one. And then we've got the Mishnah. The Mishnah is commentary, from what I understand, it's commentary on the Talmud, which is commentary on the Torah. Torah was the original books written by Moses ever so long ago. This is a lot like case law. This is the discussion of rabbis about what to do in various situations. And it goes about women and appointed times and holy things. One thing about the codification of religion, you know, the Jews have been doing this for 4,000 years. They've got it down. I remember I took Hebrew classes for a while, and Mashlomcha and Mashlomech. The only two Hebrew words I can remember. And I don't remember which is masculine and which is feminine. But I do remember the rabbi talking about how for the really truly Orthodox, you aren't allowed to carry a string on the Sabbath because you're not allowed to work on the Sabbath. And if you carry a string, you might chance to tie a knot in it, and tying a knot in the string is work. And so you can't carry a string. And this is how things get codified into rules and more rules and more rules as things go along. And this is how dogma happens. Abraham Maslow was a psychiatrist, brilliant guy. He has something on the web called Religion and Peak Experience. He got tired of studying sick people and decided to study healthy people, people who seemed to be well-adjusted and happy. And he found that those people often had moments in their lives when they felt at peace with the world, that things were going right, that they were worthy of living and capable of living. And these peak experiences, Maslow points out that most religions are founded by people who have peak experiences, but then they're codified and dogmatized by people who've never had a peak experience and wouldn't know what to do with one if they had one. There are just different types of temperaments in the world, and we have to learn to get along. Let's see. We've got the Mishnah. I've got the Quran. I haven't read all of this. I pick it up every once in a while and read through it. I use it mainly for reference. But here's a whole other worldview. Then there's the Bhagavad Gita. This was given to me by a Tamil student, a guy named S. Vimalan. Lives in Toronto now. A long time ago he gave this to me. He said it was good. I've tried to read it, but it's difficult. It's difficult. But my favorite Indian book dealing with religion is, of course, the Kama Sutra. A whole different realm of experience. Yes. I thought I had a copy of the Book of Mormon around, but I can't find one. And, you know, when I hear the story of George Smith and the Mormons and their trek across America, it occurs to me that if you have a fairly good story that could be believable, and you've got a charismatic leader, you can convince people to believe just about anything. You know, the Mormon story, it seems so highly unlikely scientifically, but most religions are highly unlikely scientifically. But as Trey Parker and the other guy, I can't remember his name, the guys who do South Park, they wrote the play, The Book of Mormon, the musical. And they show that, you know, it doesn't really matter what you believe. If you're a good citizen and good to your neighbors and get along honestly and well in the world, you can believe anything you want. Now, there are some religions that have aspects to them. Both Christians and Muslims and Jews all have aspects to their religions that generate warfare and riots and things like that. But they also have good sides, and you got to try and emphasize the good sides. And you know, isn't the true message of Jesus and the true message of all religion is, you know, there's two parts to it: your relationship with God and the universe, the reality around you, and the ethics of dealing with the people around you. And most religions teach both of those things. It's just that sometimes people judge too much. So, I'm not sure how much more memory I've got on here. So why vote for me when the incumbent Republican, Mr. Lankford, is a good Christian? He's educated in theology, got a degree in divinity, and seems to be smart and a good administrator. When I am a heretic. Well, let me say this. It's because I will fight to the death for your freedom to believe what you want, to worship as you wish, and to rear your children in your own faith. The only rule I have is that you cannot use the force of law to impose your religious views on other people. That's the only rule. You've got to give people freedom to believe what they want, if you want the freedom to believe what you want. What is more personable? What is more personal to any one of us is your relationship to God and the